CFG GameCast, episode number 133, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers who like to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode on Fridays and release it on podcast services like Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Podbean, and so much more. So show us some love, give us a follow, a like, a comment, what have you on any podcast services out there, or go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games Davis Green, and with me today, I have two awesome co-hosts. We got this very special guest here, and I would like to welcome back Callista from Just Callista on Twitch. Definitely check her out on twitch.tv/justcallista, and also one of the reviewers on confreaksandgeeks.com. So how are you doing, Callista?
Besides being tired, I am doing great. And thank you for, inviting me back.
The way you're saying that kind of sounds like it's like you're surprised. But no, it's all good. It's definitely all good.
I'm like one of those shy people who are just like, oh, did I leave a good impression? Oh my God, I don't know. So you invite me back means that I did a good job.
Man, okay, first off, it's not like you have done just this for me. You also do a lot of awesome reviews and stuff, especially your reviews for all the games for the website though too. So if you weren't doing an awesome job, I would not trust you enough to be on my website.
Oh,
you do know that,
well,
right?
Thank you, Ben. Well, thank you.
So cool. So I know we were talking a little bit before the podcast, but I was just wondering what games are you currently playing?
So I'm actually playing 4 games. I'm playing
4 games.
Yeah, I'm playing 4.
Oh my God.
4 games. I'm playing Folklore on the PS3. Shin Megami Tensei 5, which is a replay, and then Bug Snacks, because Bug Snacks is the strangest game ever, but I love it. And then Weird. I picked up Persona 5 Royal again. So those are my 4 games.
You're playing Persona 5 again? Oh man.
I was super salty when I was fighting Okamura. For some reason, they thought it was a good idea to increase his difficulty, and I was just over it. So I rage quit for 4 months, and then I went back to it.
I remember you trying to beat that guy. Are you still stuck there? Or did you finally get past it?
We're way past that.
Okay, good, because you know what sucks? That game is so perfect, but the only blemish of that game twice is Okamura. Both the versions of Okamura were terrible.
So I had no problems fighting him originally. For some reason, just this playthrough and Royal, they decided to increase his difficulty. There's ways you can get past it, but one of the easiest ways was lowering the difficulty or raising the difficulty to get past it. But I was being stubborn back 4 months ago.
Raising the difficulty?
Yeah, raising it or lowering it.
It doesn't make sense. You're telling me it's easier to beat it harder in a harder mode than it is in the normal mode?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, that's odd. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I was stubborn and I didn't want to change the difficulty, so I just rage quit for a bit and then came back and changed the difficulty and got through
it. That's so great. That is awesome. I'm definitely glad. I mean, of course, I could easily see you playing 3 RPGs at the same time and being cool with it. But
it happens.
But that's cool. Yeah, but you know what, Callista? Do you know who is the official voice actor of Denali the Elephant in Gumby?
Oh God.
The 5-star general of the itty bitty Smitty committee. I got Smitty in the 3rd seat. What's going on, my dude?
Yeah. I cannot with this man. He is terrible. I'm doing well, though. Things have been pretty chill. Got down with some Evil Dead. I was able to play with Drago and Lex and Dust and Nightmare Wolf last night for a little bit, so that was really cool. Other than that, I've played a little bit of Destiny here and there. I haven't had a lot of opportunities to game this week. Things are starting to settle down though, work wise, and then the girls are almost out of school, which is going to be fantastic because then that doesn't mean it's just me watching baby during the day. So I'm excited for summer to come and things to kind of relax a little bit. Like you said earlier, I'm gonna be out in Chicago this weekend for one of my friends' weddings. She's getting married this weekend, so that's gonna be awesome. So, and then my dad's there as well as also Lizard Elsa, which is my daughter Lincoln. That's her online name. She is it's her birthday as well this weekend, so it should be good. We're excited. Not going to be doing too much gaming, but it's been good. And I've got to say too, I've really been enjoying Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. That game is a lot of fun. Obviously, you know I love looter shooters, and just the characters, the storylines, everything about it is fantastic. So all in all, it's been pretty solid. No complaints on my end. What about you, brother? Yeah.
Oh man, I've been doing excuse me. I've been doing really good though too. I'm kind of going back, kind of slowly coming back on the stream again a little bit, which is actually very fun. I've been having a grand time. I decided, you know what? I need to play Final Fantasy 9. It's been 20 years. So I'm like, so started streaming Final Fantasy 9. Was actually hilarious because I was just like, I like to kind of make a stupid little joke on the titles. So one of the titles I did on the stream was Vivi is a person, not a thing, because there was a thing that happened where they just thought that he was like packaged as like a product of something. And then I was so mad because dude, first off, Vivi is like the best, is my favorite Final Fantasy character, one of my favorite Final Fantasy characters of all time. So then because of that, people were coming in, they're all just like, they were like, it's like, yeah, we agree with you, brother. It's like, yeah. It's like damn straight. So everyone agrees, like, you don't mess with Vivi or you'll mess with like everyone that's trying to protect him. So there you go. So
I've never played that one. I never played. I need to play it.
Gotta play it. You have to play it. Just like Vivi has to be in your team, no matter what. He has to.
There it is.
Vivi is literally like I mean,
God, he's
it's
God.
Kind of
That's
weird.
What he is.
Like, yeah, Vivi is a god. Yeah, Vivi is literally like the character where you just want to protect him. Like you absolutely, because he's like he's powerful as hell, but he doesn't like believe in himself. He's very shy and he's like kind of klutzy and stuff. But then he's like, but he's very like, you know, like he wallops a punch because of his power. But yeah, at the same time, it's like, man, his personality is just like, oh my god, he's like a freaking puppy. We just gotta you gotta console him. You gotta make sure that no one hurts his feelings or breaks him down before that person's gonna get got by someone that'll be like, oh no, you messed with Vivi. Yeah, no, but loving it. 9 is literally I called 9 the redheaded stepchild, but to be honest with you, 9 is my favorite Final Fantasy on the PlayStation 1. It is way better than 7, way better, even way better than 8. I know everyone's reaction is the same thing when people say it, but to be honest with you, and I don't care. This is a podcast. I don't care if I say this, but like 7 is overrated. It is overrated.
What are you even saying, sir?
It is overrated.
You're overrated.
Listen to me though. I'm saying that 7 has a part in its history because 7 was the introduction to people for people to be their first RPG because how it looked. I will give it that. But to be a game as a whole, it is not like the next coming of Christ for 7. 7, it wasn't that good of a game comparatively to like all this stuff. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I can't even dude, I can't even legit even say anything because I never actually beat it. And I've told you that my brother erased my save. I was like 3 discs into the game.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You're near the end.
Yeah, no. It was I don't remember any of it. So it's like a brand new game for me. But I remember from at least the feelings of nostalgia. I'm just like, but that was so good. But at the same time, too, it's like there was a lot of other things that I didn't get to play because obviously back then you get like one, maybe 2 games a year.
Wasn't that because yeah. Wasn't it because of that? Was like he deleted your game because he needed the save spots for a season of Madden or something?
No, because he thought I deleted his game, and I didn't.
Oh,
but like,
oh my God.
Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe I did on accident or something. But like, yeah, no, it was straight vindictive.
He deliberately did it. Wow, your brother knows how to take. Oh my God.
Yeah, and I didn't have the heart to go back and start over. I couldn't do it.
I understand.
It was too much,
man.
Yeah,
hey, it's good that you didn't. I mean, you can play Final. Have you finished Final Fantasy VII Remake?
Oh yeah, no, dude, I'm all over that. Yeah,
and the expansion. Did you play the expansion?
Of course I did. I'm all in. I'm all in. It's great, dude. That looks fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. Well, I just didn't know because like yeah, and I'm not knocking people on saying 7 is if people like 7, then people like 7. I'm not saying anything bad about that. I'm just saying that there are things that are better than 7 that's out there. Is what I'm saying.
I've heard. I'd like to play them. Yeah.
It is so funny to me, but that's cool. But I know everyone doesn't want to be talking about my hot take on the video games because I know people think that I hate everything, Smitty.
So, not everything. I know there's some things you like.
Oh, right. Okay, well, there's a lot of things I like. Just you don't know them. You just don't know.
I'm just like, I don't know what the hell he's saying, but I respect it. Great. I imagine it's got to be good to get this man to say he likes it.
Damn straight. Anyway, let's go through the normal rig and roll through that we'd like to do each and every week. So each of us chooses a topic of discussion from the previous week. The topic would or could be a specific game that came out or something that happened in the gaming industry itself. And we don't want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We want to talk about it with you, the listeners or viewers, on twitch.tv/CFG games, CFG GameCast. To be a part of the conversation. So if there's something that you wanting to chime in about what we talk about, by all means, type it inside the chat. We would love to discuss it with you. So let's get this party started. Man, I will go first. I didn't tell which orders we're going to go, but
I know I assumed.
It's a little unconventional. And what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
My camera does like power zooms and things when I'm doing things. That's fantastic. Knew what I meant.
You know what I hope? I hope there's gonna be an episode of you doing a power zoom of just rolling your eyes about something that I say. And I'll be like, I got you.
That would be a good clip. That would be
an amazing clip. That's what I'm hoping. It's gonna happen. I just feel it's gonna happen.
It's inevitable.
It's not a matter of if it happens, it's a matter of when it's getting caught. So, okay, so I'm going to be talking about more of an update about the new PlayStation Plus lineup that they're going to be implementing very soon. I think it's going to be implemented in June.
Yes.
So we talked about it about a month ago or so about like what they're planning on doing and like what was the essential, like the pricing and everything that was going to happen. This update is showing the first list of the series of games that's going to come for the initial release of the new service. So just to keep bring people back up, what PlayStation Plus is going to be is there's going to be a 3-tier pricing system. There's going to be a price. So the price of there's going to be the current price where you're only paying what you're currently paying right now. But you're not going to have access to, access to a series of games in the back catalog. Then the mid-tier price level where you're going to have access to the PS4, the current generation of games like the PS4, PS5, and then a specific list of games throughout a certain period of time. And then you got the ultimate package, which I believe was like $120 for the
year. Yep.
Yeah, that was going to allow you to play, do everything above, and then as well as play further back games like on the PSP, the PSX, and stuff like that. So the real question was what was going to be on the games, what was going to be on this list of games that they're going to allow you to access to play. So I looked at the list, which anyone can look at the list at the on PlayStation blog or blog.playstation.com, which by the way, still to this day, I don't understand why they still put all these updates on this website, because they're going to a blog. This is a very important thing that you may want to kind of, let everyone know. No one goes to blog pages anymore. So unless it's tagged, but anyways, I digress. But then so they give the full official list is coming, has come out, and I mean, they have some good ones. Like, for instance, so the mid-tier list was stuff like Alien Nation, Bloodborne, Dead Nation Apocalypse, Death Stranding. And I think what's kind of cool is that they're also going to have the director's cut of Ghost of Tsushima, which I still haven't picked that up because I was so mad.
Why were you mad? Why were you mad?
I bought the PlayStation 4 version, the steelbook, everything, because I'm a steelbook collector. And then 6 months later, they decided, okay, we're gonna re-release the game on the PS5 and upscale, full price. There's no upgrade from PS4 to PS5, so I had to buy the whole game again if I wanted to get it on PS5.
Okay,
so I was like, yeah, and that's with the updated patch, like, with the new island and everything. So I still haven't played the new island and stuff. So I was just like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna give them $70 for the same game I played before. So so it's a little salty. Until I see a cheap version of it, then I'm not gonna touch it. But the bigger thing is that, okay, so the big ones is that they have a really good healthy library of games that they own themselves, as well as everyone knows. That's not going to be the problem. The big thing was I was wanting to know what the third-party games that they were going to bring, and third-party partners for PS4 was like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Batman Arkham Knight, Celeste, City Skylines, Control, Dead Cells, Far Cry 3 and 4, Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition, For Honor, Hollow Knight, Guardians of the Galaxy, Mortal Kombat 11, Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, NBA 2K22, Outer Wilds, Red Dead Redemption 2, Resident Evil, I believe it's Resident Evil 7 or 6. No, 7. It's 7. Soul Calibur 6, South Park Fractured But Whole, The Artful Escape, The Crew 2, and Tom Clancy's The Division. Now, they don't even say if it's The Division 2. If it's The Division 1, that's a problem. It just says The Division. If it's Division 1, it's like, oh, geez, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
I mean, but still. But the bigger list was this. That was all right for the next tier up. I'm fine with that. I mean, it has a very healthy list of it. Donk says the Division 1 is great if you haven't played it. Division 1 is great, but here's the problem. I don't think that list, I mean, who's playing that? I'm sure that's I mean, it's been a long time. It's gonna be kind of hard to see if there's a lot of people
that can't be right. I can't imagine that that's right.
I mean, I doubt that it's going to be, but still, but I don't know. I think you're literally 8 to 10 years, Well, not anymore if you got the PlayStation pack. Secondly, there's so many other games that you could deal with it. So I wouldn't say poor people per se. Jesus. But anyways, but we got the classic game list. Unfortunately, it's not as big as what I want it to be. So the games on the PlayStation 1 that's going to be available is Ape Escape, Hot Shots Golf, Intelligent Cube, Jumping Flash, Siphon Filter, Super Stardust Portable. I have never heard of Super Stardust Portable. Have anyone played that? Oh, wait. No, I have. That's a PSP game.
Nope, okay. Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's Stardust. It's basically the shooter. It's like a shooter, like kind of like Math Wars or whatever. Then you got the third-party partners, Mr. Driller, Tekken 2, Worms Party, Worms World Party, and Worms Armageddon. So there's only 4 PS1 third-party games, which is incredibly low than what I was expecting. I really wasn't expecting it to be like that. So, but then they also have the PS3 list, which is like a hit and miss. But mostly they have like 3 of the Ratchet and Clanks, 2 of the different versions of Hot Shots Golf, Infamous 1 and 2, and stuff. But and only 6 third-party partnered games on, like, so Capcom's Asura's Wrath, Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2, the Devil May Cry HD collection, and so and stuff like that. But there's not really something that would grasp to justify, for me personally, I wouldn't do it for $120 because it's going to cost you, if you're going to play the PS3 games, the back catalogs of those PS3 games digitally, and as well as like the PSP and the PS1 games, you would have to buy the $120 year set to get access to this. And to me, to play backwards compatibility games from that long ago, not worth it. Not to me. So I kind of want to get y'all's words for it. What do y'all think about this?
So right off the bat, I'm already planning on buying the 125 tier because a lot of my enjoyment comes from the older games. Like, don't get me wrong, I have PS4, I have a PS5, I play all those games. But like games like Ape Escape, even though I rage quit on that game many times as a kid. But I mean, like Rogue Galaxy and like Jack and Daxter, like that gives me hope. That gives me hope for like other, other good games, like Sly Cooper. Maybe like we have Jack and Daxter, we have Ratchet and Clank. Where is Sly Cooper? Give us Sly Cooper. But like also some of these games I have already, but I think this would be, good for me and like my streaming community to have this tier because I have access to all these games and I only need like one system to play it instead of buying a capture card and hooking up all these devices, even though I have all the systems and they work and whatnot. But I can just do this from one system and not have to worry about controllers not working like my Dreamcast.
That is also true. That's also true. But then again, I forgot to mention one more thing. What Sony also officially announced was if you bought or purchased a digital version of a PS1 or PSP digital game, you'll be able to play it on your PS5. So you wouldn't have to buy the game again. And this is for everybody. So anyone that has got that has a digital game of it can be able to access it. So that means I'm definitely gonna stream Xenogears again because I love Xenogears. but I just didn't have a digital copy of it originally for it. And I will say, Kay, that you're definitely suspend. This is just the beginning of it. It's going to get right. I'm assuming it's going to get bigger. It's going to get more robust later in the future. But like for me right now, not. For me personally, I don't know. It's really hard. I would have to kind of pass on it for now. What about you, Smitty?
Yeah, I'm still kind of up in the air as far as if I upgrade. Obviously, I'm already getting Plus now, but a lot of it is I don't know for me personally. As they build out their library, I think, oh yeah, absolutely. The more intriguing thing for me is what they plan on doing PC-wise. Obviously, we know that they already have remote play, which could be a little clunky, especially if you're not hardlined, both on your PlayStation and your PC. So I'm curious to see how they plan on incorporating and what they plan on doing, because I think this is huge for them, especially for the PC community. We've been talking about this for a while now, that at least I personally feel that PlayStation is definitely behind and lacking in the cloud gaming, in being able to access old games and old libraries. So for them to consolidate completely made sense. I don't know a single person that actually had PS Now. It seemed clunky and it was a little off-putting, I guess, and there just didn't seem to be enough value there. So it made sense for them to put it together and have them all as one service, start utilizing some of that cloud technology and some of the things that they've invested in to be able to move forward with that stuff. Excuse me. So I don't know out the gate if it's enough for me to try it or do it for a year. Again, I don't know what their roadmap is. I know that there's something about Ubisoft Plus also being incorporated in there, but that got me thinking too. It's like now I'm just gonna have Ubisoft on another cloud-based thing that I've already subscribed to. Like, this is no added value to me. It's something I already have and can utilize in a different way. So it's like, again, I'm just like, meh. So for me, it's more about how does it integrate into PC, what they're going to do. And I'm excited for PC people. If it is anything, like a kind of like a standalone app where people on PC now have access to be able to play these PlayStation, these first party games, that could be a huge, nice little revenue bump for PlayStation. I think it's a really smart move on their part.
I think it just really depends on it because, like, I mean, the reason why PlayStation Now failed, I think it was a little bit of a two-tiered thing. First off, as like you said, it was a little clunky, but I think the bigger issue was it was expensive. Because the way it was, the way that they incorporated PlayStation Now for a long time before they did a pivot, so the hit wasn't as bad, was a service that gave you accessible bulk games. Prior to that, you were only able to rent the game for a period of time, and it was like stupid, and it was like you're paying like 3 times the price of what you would have paid if you did 5 nights at Blockbuster, that kind of thing. So it would have been like a $20 or $30 purchases for one game, and you don't want to waste your time or your money for any of that stuff. So I think the way they implemented PlayStation Now was garbage, because Gaikai originally, prior to its time, before they got bought out by PlayStation, for them to use that technology, was known for their cloud-based gaming, and they did a really good job towards all of that, which was a real pain in the butt, which was sad to see it go itself. But I mean, and like you said, this is supposed to compete against Xbox Game Pass, and the PC incorporation of all this stuff. I don't feel that it is they have miles, like hundreds of miles, to catch up with what Xbox Game Pass can provide. The one good side about all of this is that they have a very strong first party strength of a library that could keep them up. But I think just from seeing the list of their third party support is the thing that I think it's what's going to be severe. They need to ramp that up as well. So but I guess they just have to see if this fails or if this is successful before they start kind of going all in on that. And secondly, like, I don't think there's a game or something that you were interested in when you were growing up in the PS1 or PS2 era, Smitty, if you don't see anything that caught your eye,
I mean, PS3 for sure, and probably PS2, but I like off the top of my head, there's nothing specifically that I was like, oh yeah, I absolutely have to have this to be able to play this game again. I mean, I'm kind of hit or miss on some of these older games and retro games, I guess. Like, it just hits differently for me, and I don't really have the same feelings about retro games that I do about more recent games, I guess. And I think it's just, I don't know. I mean, and it depends on the game, but I think it's something about it's the same thing with me. Like, and being able to watch like older stuff and newer stuff. Like, my eyes and my mind has been so, it's used to this now. Going back, I feel like I'm like, this is rough, and it's just not capturing that same feeling that I had back in the day when it was like, this is new, groundbreaking, like these graphics, 64 bits of them. It's you know what I mean? Like, whatever it may be, like, it's hard for me to get back into that mindset and be able to do it. But I'd like to try it, but it's like, I've got so many games right now anyway. When am I really gonna play it? When? Never. That's when.
But then again, though, too, like, I think it works perfectly more for Calista because you play a lot of classic games. I mean,
I do. That's why I'm like, I'm going to get the higher tier one right away, so I can play these older retro games, which hurts my soul. But retro games, that's on the list right now.
Yeah,
hurting.
I know. I mean, like, yeah, it's like I think this is a very good. This would be a very good bundle for what you normally do, because, like you said, you're playing three RPGs at the same time, all
Right.
classic RPGs.
Mhm.
But one of the RPGs 3 times in a row. But still, it's like, okay, I can kind of easily see that. Then when they improve, kind of like, what it is. Like, I mean, it's possible that it can improve. Like you heard about Nintendo's Nintendo Expansion Plus. Did you hear that they said that 90% of people have transferred to that service on their online?
Wait, the plus or the family plus?
The plus. I mean, regardless, that's including plus and family plus. They're saying that that almost almost the whole their whole, like, people who are buying the extra service for the network has moved over to Expansion Plus, which is insane to me.
I'm one of them.
So
I'm in that stat.
Yeah, so yeah.
I've got a family. The kid has one. You know what I mean? Like, it makes sense. It right there. The thing that's annoying to me, though, is not being able to easily share libraries. You got to, like, basically bootleg it. And it's like, why, dude? Like, this is the main. Let it connect to this one. You see, it's a parental account. Like, let them have access and be able to do it. Like, I had to do a funky way of being able to do it. And even then, like, it restricted access to certain users, like on different switches. It's dumb. It's dumb. Like, if you're going to do that, go all in. Make it easy for your consumer. Don't make it a pain in the ass doing that and being able to play games, especially on the fact that you guys know, or that they know, that a lot of kids and families own the console. You know what I'm saying? Like, make it easy. Make it easier. That's dumb.
I love Dirty Habanero says the best retro games are on his Nokia, like Snake.
Classic.
Dirty Habanero is still sporting the Nokia N-Gauge, if you all remember that. So the old school taco. That's what it used to be called.
Yes.
Oh my god, but we'll see. I mean, like I said, they're doing this for the
I think it's going to be successful. I think it's going to be even more successful. And I think it's going to bring in a new crowd, especially, again, the big thing that I'm looking at for this is that PC integration. If it's something that's solid, now you've opened up your market, and we've already seen them putting things on, on PC. So
well too slow. They even said themselves so that they're the PC side is it's just not going to be there comparatively.
Right.
Like,
it's not, but now this is a way to still tap into that audience without having to do that, because now it's just like, oh yeah, it's still PlayStation. You just subscribe to the PlayStation Premium Plus tier, and you're able to play it on your PC. Bada bing, bada boom. Don't have to worry about sending it out to other people. We keep ducats. You guys are now in our ecosystem. I think it's a smart play. If it's cracked out to what it sounds like it's supposed to be, they
have to.
I haven't seen.
I'm just saying they have to pivot, though. I mean, in that situation, like, they just absolutely have to pivot on the service like that. Is what I'm saying. So yeah, so we'll definitely see how that goes. I'm like I said, K's already sold, so there you go.
Yeah,
yeah, already sold on that. So okay, well, there you go. Smitty. What's your topic?
Yeah. So I had to. I was looking, and I thought this was kind of interesting because I feel like we're seeing more and more companies kind of pivot over to gaming, and that may not necessarily be what they typically do. But I just saw something where TikTok is. I'm not going to say is or has. They have been entering into the gaming market, and they've been testing over in, I believe it is Vietnam is where they've started out, but they've already started doing and incorporating games into the platform. I haven't seen what it actually looks like, but I imagine it's probably going to be something kind of like what Facebook does. There's a company that they're working with currently right now, which is kind of like their bread and butter. They are like BitDance is what it is. I can't remember exactly what they've done. Yeah, BitDance is the name. Of the parent company that's going to be adding the video game service. Which I think, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. I feel like, especially as of late, we've been seeing more and more video game content kind of blowing up on TikTok and content creators utilizing that platform a lot more. I remember, like, I try to dive into it, and it like, to me, it's a great tool to be able to organically reach people and be able to organically get your eyeballs in front of people. Obviously, it has changed, and there you've got people that are, they've opened up tiers and things like that. I'm still, kind of on the outside bubble looking in because I fell off and haven't done it. But there's been a lot of people that have been able to connect with people on there, so it makes sense, I guess. And I guess, kind of looking at it at the parent company too, because obviously these games are going to be serving ads. These are, like, very much think mobile games, and things of that nature. So they'll be serving ads within that as well, which is going to be kind of annoying. But I feel like this is kind of another company that is not in the video game spectrum per se, jumping into that arena like we were talking about before, kind of like Netflix going in, and they have their, they're building out a video game subdivision. We've got Amazon coming in and them trying to, although they actually had yeah,
we don't want to talk about that.
We don't talk about Bruno, baby. They don't talk about it. Crucible never happened. Shut up. But it's interesting though too. I feel like, especially within the last couple of years, we've really, everybody was forced into the digital space, whether you liked it or not. So it really brought out and put a spotlight not only on the things that are happening on the internet, video games, which was already on the come up anyway, but even more so, people were just looking for things to do. So they started seeing stuff like that and content creators. So it's not surprising to me, but I don't know. I feel like there's also kind of this weird, and there's been some hits and misses, because you have this weird corporate side, and then you have the video game community and culture and whatever that may encompass within that as well. And then they're getting closer and closer together. And you get some weird things that have been produced from that as well. But I wonder what your guys' thoughts are on this. If you think it's going to be something that's going to be, people are going to take positively, or people are going to be like, oh gosh, now it's turning into another Facebook or something like that.
I personally don't give two shits about it. I'm sorry. I mean, just to be, because here's the thing, like, you already know where I stand with like mobile gaming. I don't even consider mobile gaming game like a perfect genre specifically, or a true genre of gaming. And that's probably my own bias on that, and I admit to it. But like, I think overall, like, because the mobile field of gaming is so different than what, like, they're not playing a game to complete the game itself, but it's more of a well to give your money to them infinitely. Like there's not an ending in sight of it. Now there's games that do have endings, but most of the time they consider those games as failures in the mobile gaming field. And if TikTok is going to go inside something like this, that means it's going to be in the mobile genre. It would be most likely. I mean, it doesn't make it like they're just wanting to get an extra piece. They're trying to diversify their money coming from multiple different branches, in my opinion. Like, that's a natural move. I'm not going to hate them on that. So I'm just saying that the whole nonsense of all this is like the whole nonsense of it in itself is like, okay, fine. Here's the deal. Let's do what you're wanting to do on it. I don't care, because like I don't even consider, and I mean, like I said, my own bias. I don't care if you're going to call yourself a gaming company and all you're doing is mobile gaming, then you're not really a gaming company in my eyes. So
Dang. Wait a second.
No,
Wait a second. What about Apple? What about Apple though? Because there's some solid games on there, and I do have
well, Apple's platform is different because like the way Apple's platform is that the way that they're selling it isn't they're selling it because of microtransactions. They're selling games on a monthly service at $14.99 a month that you don't have to pay anything extra out of that. So even those games are infinite, and then the way it works is for Apple gaming may or may not be the same the same as the platform of how TikTok's going to do it, but like how Netflix, because like the only comparison that I have right now is Netflix and Netflix games, and I have tried Netflix games before just to see what kind of games it is, and there are some that do microtransactions, not largely, but they're just still like waste of time kind of games. It's itself itself, which is cool. I mean, that's fine, but I don't usually play games on my phone. On my, when I want to play a game, I won't just say, "Oh, I need to play it on my iOS or on my Android." That's just me because probably I've just been playing. So I've been playing video games on consoles and PC for years. I already have a strong bias towards it. It's not meant for me. But like Apple, I'm perfectly fine with all of that. Is that a score or what is that? I don't know.
I just picked this up, Marvel Strike Force.
Oh, Strike Force.
I stayed up way too late last night playing it.
Now, with that said, if someone wants to sponsor this podcast that is a mobile game, by all means, you could pay me, and then I'll be like, "Yeah, this is God's gift to man." So there you go. That's a nice save.
What about you, Calissa?
So kind of like Davies, I actually don't play a lot of mobile games at all. The only mobile games I do play are Otome games, and that's because I had a lot of time to play them, but now I really don't. And like I have a couple on my phone. Like I downloaded Square Enix, almost call it Squaresoft. Square Enix, what is it? First Soldier or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah.
I downloaded it, never played it. Also, like Kingdom Hearts, was it Dark Road or whatever? Downloaded it, never played it. So I don't know how this games on TikTok is going to fare in like the Western hemisphere in terms of like how people view mobile games, because I was doing a little research as you were talking about it, and apparently the Byte Dances, that's what it's called, Byte Dance, Douyin, which is the Chinese version of TikTok, has actually been playing mobile games since 2019. So they're bringing this over to the United States pretty like late. And the fact that like, this is a general statement, but a lot of people don't really care about mobile games, kind of on the same line as Davies and myself. So I have a feeling that people are just going to be like, yeah, okay, I'm not going to waste time on, like, I'm not going to spend time on this. I came to TikTok to watch, I don't know, 10 or 15 second videos of, a dog trying to kill its owner by pushing its head in the water or something like that. Or a duck walking crazily or whatever. Like, that's what people are coming onto TikTok for, not to, like, play games because they have handhelds like the Nintendo Switch or the Vita or the Vita. So I don't know how this is going to work.
Community of handhelds like the Vita and the Vita.
I think you guys are underestimating, because I mean, think about it. Think about like a Farmville and stuff like that, and like Candy Crushes, and how much like just your and like I say casual gamer very loosely when I say that, but I think there's a huge audience that would just be or could be just browsing and stuff, and possibly they like those, like that is the demographic for these types of games. Because like I'm with you guys on that. I'm like, I can give a shit less about this. Like I am not, if I'm gonna waste my time, it's certainly ain't gonna be on this. But I feel like there's a lot of people that do. And there's a big market for it, and you got to think too. They're going to be getting I think they're going to be doing an ad share with ByteDance, in terms of that. And then I'm sure I don't know if microtransactions and whatnot, but it'll be a nice bump revenue wise. They've got the amount of people to be able to get, if you can even get 10% of that playing a game, going through ads, stuff like that. That's a nice chunk of change.
Come on, dude. Like, okay, for instance, do you remember, like, I don't know if you used if you used Instagram for a long time, or when they introduced Instagram stories for a long time. Like, I used to do Instagram story, like watch, like, go on people's Instagram stories and stuff just to see what was up. But then I stopped using Instagram stories the second they were going way too crazy on ads in between each swipe and stuff. If this is going to be the same kind of situation, because I mean, TikTok is kind of like that, just not as aggressive, not yet. Who knows how aggressive it's going to be in the near future? And then now they're going to be adding a gaming division side of that, and if they're going to be doing games with ads within the game that you the game that you chose, because I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone's tired of seeing that one with the ball going into the air and then it just drops down and trying to get the most amount of points and stuff, or the zombie game where it's like oh, go on the side that gives you times 10 or times 4 and all that stuff. Like, I mean, these small silly things and stuff that if you put too much in on it, then I feel like that's gonna curb some people the wrong way, as well as the community that's in TikTok here in the US is a far different community than what the community is over in China. Because
I agree.
It's more accepting with the gaming itself, but like they like, how much is it going to take for them to consider it to be successful?
A few influencer campaigns, put some ducats in some people's pockets, have them play the game. Dude, that's easy. That's easy I think personally. People that wouldn't even probably look at the game, dude. But this person has got 500 million followers. We throw them some money and have them play it, do a TikTok about it or whatever.
But it's weird to see like a guy who doesn't talk anything about games, and then they get sponsored on a game. It's like how would you feel about that individual?
They wouldn't just throw it to anybody. It would be somebody that already has influence within, I would imagine, within that demographic of somebody that possibly would play this game. But there's a number of different things marketing wise that you can get to get people to hop on, I think, and play stuff like this. I think I agree. Game wise, I can't see them doing anything revolutionary, but I'd love for them to be able to try to do something where they incorporate the platform within a game and try to push it and try to push the limits on what you could do on something that's more of a mobile game. I don't know if that's the route they're going, or if this is just straight like, look, we're looking to generate some revenue, so that we're going to dive into this.
At the end of the day, to me, I think it's just more junk that's being added into the into the world that doesn't really even need to be. So, I mean, it's like, I don't want it. I mean, I'm not saying I don't want it to be successful, but at the same time, it's like I just don't really, I don't really care, or to a point, or for them, like it's not meant for me. It's absolutely not meant for me. I'm not going to. Yeah, it's like I really do not care if they do try it, and then I won't be surprised if they say, okay, this was a bad idea. We're gonna shut this off in the state side and focus on it somewhere else. I mean, they gave it a try, see if it worked. If it didn't stick, I mean, what's there to? I mean, they'll, besides losing a certain amount of money, who knows how much, depending on how much you put in. Then it's like, at least they can say they tried and it's not there. So,
yeah.
I mean, I can't see Callista to be like saying, hey, let me play this game on my phone.
I have the attention span of a goldfish, which is about 3 seconds, so I don't think that's gonna work.
Yeah, I know, right? So I can't even imagine it for it. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are people that play these games. I mean, mostly probably, I'm assuming it's kids, because I can't see a person that say, oh, I'm a professional. Oh, like, what's the most recent one that just came out? That's all over the place. Dislight. Is that you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what that is. I heard about it.
Yeah, Dislight is like, it's all over the place right now. It's the hottest thing. It's the hottest thing that's going on. It's like the new thing since the new sliced bread that's out there. And I just think overall that with a game like that, it's like, oh, this is the buzz. Literally in a week, we're not gonna hear shit about this. We're not. It's like they'll be like, yeah, we have 400 million concurrent subscribers that signed up on signed up on this game, and then they won't tell you what's week 2. like they're done. There's like they got their money,
story.
They got their deal, yeah, and that's the story. It's like here, congratulations, like, oh, I can't believe it, it's breaking lots of records. And then there's like, you see the amount of microtransactions we had in this first week, so fun. And everyone in there, I mean, it was a very aggressive campaign, and then all of a sudden it just fizzles out because we won't hear about that the next week or two, guaranteed.
I think
it's like,
go on.
I'm sorry. No, go for it. I was done.
I was gonna say, I think if TikTok is really serious about this, I think they're gonna really have to think about the types of games that they put on to TikTok. Like they can't, I think the game that was showing right now on screen, like I don't know how many people would play that for a long period of time. Like I don't even know what that is, but like games similar to Dislike, like I don't know what the marketing of that is, but I've seen it everywhere. But if they have games like that on TikTok, of course that'll bring people into there, because I mean, like, look at the characters. These characters look freaking amazing, and even I was tempted to play it, but I'm just like, nah, I'm okay. But apparently there's already some games out in the West, in the United States. Yeah, like I said, I was looking up as you were talking about it, but there's this game called Disco Loco 3D. It's a music and dance challenge game, and there's another game called Garden of Good, where players grow vegetables to trigger donations by TikTok to the nonprofit Feeding American organization. So those are like 2 games that are out right now. Don't know how they're doing. The time that I've been on TikTok, which is like maybe 2 hours at like most, I have not seen any of these games. So I'm just being real. I've not seen any of these games, so I'm just like, I don't know what their marketing is for these games, what type of games TikTok can actually handle, and if people would be interested enough to actually look at these games.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, like I said, the worst case scenario is that they tried, they failed, or they tried and succeeded. And whatever they put their bar as what is success and what is failure to them, so be it. At least they tried, and see if it sticks. If it doesn't stick, far be it for me. It will never stick for me. So we'll know that. Would you try? The real question is, are you going to try it? Because I know you're Mr. FOMO, dude. Like, I want to know, like, would you try?
I mean, I would, if they had something cool on there, I would. Yeah, I don't care where I play a game or whatever. It doesn't matter to me. But yeah, typically, I mean, again, I don't spend that much time on TikTok either, so it's not really something. And if I were to get a game, I can't see myself playing a game necessarily through a social app or something like that. I would be on there to watch videos, like Callie's saying, not to go there to play games. I've got a billion other devices and things to play games. TikTok ain't one of them.
I literally have a shelf of games right behind me. I'm good with my phone. Yeah, I'm definitely good.
And it's also the fact that, like, where we in the United States get our games from. We get it either from the Apple Store or we get it from the Play Store, or whatever. If you have an iPhone or an Android, you get it from those 2 places, because that's the place that and you trust. You wouldn't go onto TikTok and play a game there. But also, I learned that ByteDance is kind of on par with Tencent, which is China's biggest gaming firm. Which
it's not just China. It is like a conglomerate of, like, it's OCP essentially.
That's true. So this company, ByteDance, is kind of on par with Tencent, which we've heard Tencent nearly almost every year.
Wait, is Tencent not? Does Tencent not own anything out of the other company? Are they a completely separate company from Tencent?
I believe so. I didn't go too much in depth into it. I have a few articles open, and it said that it seems like ByteDance is separate from Tencent.
That's surprising.
Well, yeah, it's very surprising.
Jesus. Okay, well, that's cool. All right, so we got a little bit of time left, so I just wanted to kind of add the last topic that we got right now is there is currently a closed beta for Multiverses of it's a new battle game that's like I won't say it's like Smash because in my opinion how it looks, it doesn't really look like play like Smash at all. In my opinion, I mean, like the 2v2, the 1v1, and stuff like that. Their focus is a little different, in my opinion. But the only person in this podcast that was able to get in is obviously the voice actor of Denali, Smitty here. Yeah, so we'll just so I kind of am interested myself personally of what so far for what you played, how is Multiverses?
I would say it's like Smash. It is. It's the same concept. Okay, Smash, Brawlhalla's, anything that's kind of that. It's definitely of that flavor. Same rules. If you've played that, you know how to play this game.
But they have but like I mean I think what there are things that has to be making it different than what Smash is, right?
No, like, there's definitely I mean obviously moves wise they use a lot of pop culture characters in the game as well, which is a lot of fun seeing. It seemed, I mean, like it almost seems random. It's just like some of the characters I'm just like why is this person here, like where's the like Arya Stark is in the game. Why? But she is. She absolutely is, So, but it's fun, like having just random characters. I haven't seen personally. I've only done the 1v1 so far, so I haven't done any of these like team battles or 2v2s. But it doesn't look like they have like items and stuff like that drop in. However, your characters do have special abilities where they can like bring in different like objects or something that only specifically they can use. I think it's I can't remember who it was, but somebody dropped something on somebody, and if you break it open, there's like food in there that you can then eat and then bring your health down, very much like Smash. There's it to me it is a wrap of Smash basically.
Okay, but what about like I thought there was like that you actually have co-op moves and stuff like that you could use with your partner when you do 2v2 and things like that,
Yeah, and it is that. Yeah, there is, and again, I haven't played the 2v2 or anything like that, so I haven't firsthand experienced that. But I do believe that there are like certain synergy things that you can do. I know there's this dog thing that has a leash and it can connect to their partner, so if they get knocked off, it can suck their person back in so they don't fall off, and there's other things as well, but it's fun. I think people would enjoy this, and it's free to play. It's got your regular, it's got your season pass. It's got the cosmetics that are basically in there. I don't know, like it's not active in there. It shows the stuff, but there's no way to like actually get it. I'd actually be a little upset because everything from this it doesn't carry over. So if people spent money in freaking, this is a closed alpha, like I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, I think people are going to enjoy this. One of the biggest things that I do notice, it definitely plays a little slower. It feels a little more sluggish. Obviously, this is still an earlier version. I imagine once they do that polish on it, it'll feel a lot faster. But I think people are going to enjoy this. Again, this is a game that anybody can hop in at any skill level and you'll be able to have a good time. Obviously, that gap is going to change, especially as more people get it, because we know people are sweaty and that's what they do.
I just love your description on that. They're sweaty.
That is real, dude. People will sit there and grind this stuff out every day for like 8 hours a day, and then you try to play, you just hopping in old casual me, and I'm sitting there getting stomped on by whoever, Jake, the dog that I couldn't do anything with, but everybody was sitting there smashing on me with him. But I would say that I went 6 for 7, and that wasn't bad for somebody that didn't really even play. So I was like, all right, man, like, we mess around. It's free to play. Like, it's not going to hurt. I think people will enjoy this. People will get it.
Can you see yourself putting money in on this?
Personally, no, but I think it's really gonna be dependent on what they're like, how they release characters and what they plan on doing with that. If they had a character that, again, was behind a paywall, I might look at, that I really wanted to play with, and I was playing that much to be able to justify being like, what, I'm gonna go ahead and throw ducats at it. And yeah, I could see it, but as of right now, no, this is just to be something that'd be fun to play. That if you've got friends, you can bring in. There's a lab and stuff like that too. I didn't even get to play around really with the lab, but you can create some zany, crazy stuff, I'm sure, within that as well. This would be great for people that that are streaming and play games with their community, because it's free to play, so anybody can pick it up and play it. Yeah, I think people are going to enjoy this.
Okay, but that's cool. Callie, is this up your alley?
I'm retired from things like this. I don't have the wrists for these anymore. No, this isn't something I would get. However, I'd like to watch people play it. In fact, my partner, he's been playing this nonstop for the past 2 days, and he was telling me about the game and the characters and how, for example, right now I think Taz is on the screen right now, how he has this special that, if you get hit with this tasty buff or whatever over time, and the more time you take damage, you get turned into a chicken, and basically Taz is eating the person because the chicken is dropping off chicken. I thought that's really cool, and it's different compared to Smash Bros. And I'm not really experienced with Brawlhalla, so I can't really talk on that. But I think it's different, and granted, it's going to be compared to Smash no matter how you look at it, which is unfortunate. But it's going to be compared to it. And I actually don't know, how they come up with their characters. Like Smitty was saying, Jake the dog is in there, and Arya Stark, I have no clue where she came from. Her character was cool, and she does remind me a little bit of Marth from Smash Bros. And Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
But I think it had a good range of characters. And I was actually talking to my partner earlier today, his thoughts on the game, because like I said, he's been playing it nonstop. He's just the gameplay is fun. And each character makes sense. He's been going through a lot of the characters. He's been I saw him play with Velma, and there's Shaggy, and then Tom and Jerry. Yeah, Velma is in there.
Oh my god.
So he kind of went through a lot of the characters, and he's really enjoying it. He's already been playing with.
I feel that this game has to be more a direct comparison to Brawlhalla is like Smash, just with different kinds of levels of skin. The only difference is that they have is its weapon. They use weapons. They have different kinds of weapons and stuff like that by the default. But this, I feel the mechanic. There's more to the mechanic, kind of what's it called? Nickelodeon All Stars. Legitimately was a legitimately more mechanical game than what Smash ever was. Even though Smash's thing was its base level design was actually up, down, left, right, and then your special move and stuff. The other one, there was actual physical block button, and then you have to do physical things to kind of force them to get out a little bit more. So yeah, the base game is Smash. I mean, it's always going to be compared to Smash because Smash is the one that started this kind of specific genre, But I think that the comparisons and the things that they added to kind of veer themselves away from just saying this is a Smash clone, or the worst thing to ever call it is a Smash killer, which is where you never want to do. I think that from the things that I saw, I feel that there's some different mechanics that will separate itself apart to might be a standalone game. So who knows, man? I definitely would love to try it. I definitely will try it since it's free to play. I'm still on the fence because I usually don't buy. Excuse me. I usually don't buy these battle royale games or these kind of games myself personally, because I live by myself and it's kind of like not a lot of people come by here to play multiplayer games like that. So I just rather just leave it the way it is and see where it's going to come, and see how it is. But other than that, yeah, okay. But no, but it looks interesting.
Yeah, so I think you would enjoy it, dude. I mean, it's just a great, like, hey, we're just messing around, having a good time type of game. Or if you wanted to get hardcore with it, you could do that as well, I'm sure. But yeah, I think a lot of people, I think the reception on this will be good, and I'm curious to see what they have planned as far as releasing more characters and kind of what that looks like, I guess. I mean, they've already got the season pass stuff in place, and that stuff, like, you can see it; it's right there in the alpha. But I don't know what their plans are future wise for more characters or what they plan on doing. Because I mean, right now, looking at the roster list for this versus Smash is obviously, I mean, it's just night and day. So it's like, if they could build out a roster like that, or even get it like to half of that, like, I think the reception on this is going to be very nice. It's going to be about that variety, building and bringing in more characters. And then obviously if they have fun skins, people will throw the ducats at it, and it'll be successful. I think it's in a good spot.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I haven't had really like any kind of issues like playing against people online wise. Haven't run into any kind of issues. That all played out pretty smoothly. So that definitely was encouraging to see.
That's great. Yeah, that's definitely good.
And crossplay.
Well, it's using rollback netcode, so that's definitely one big thing that Smash doesn't do is rollback netcode, which is amazing. Which I really wish more games do use that. So we'll go with that and see what's going to go. Guys or folks. This was episode number 133 of the CFG GameCast. Thank you for being a part of the conversation as always. We will be back again, not next week. We're actually going to be out on this different things. We're going to be out a week, but then coming back the week after. This is probably, so I guess really, essentially, this is the last episode that's going to be on CFG GameCast. So we should definitely, if you're wanting to still follow us, by all means, we're going to be moving over to the main page. We're going to be going to CFG Games. Everything is going to be the same. So definitely go over there. Give us a follow if you're still wanting to do it. We're still going to be there next. We're going to be available next week. June. What day is that? I don't even know what day that is. June 10th. There it is. June 10th. Oh no, June 3rd. Jesus. I'm all over the place. June 3rd, and we'll be back again next week. So guys, thank you for being a part of the conversation as always. If you are definitely a part, if you definitely missed this episode, by all means, that's okay. We will release it on Monday every week that we like to do. So on all podcast services. So if you do miss out on it, there's no excuse to miss out on all sexy voices. Oh, I guess you're not going to do it. Okay, cool. All right, fine. Fine. He usually does something, but apparently he decides to veto it.
My audio cut out there. What I meant to say was, ooh.
God damn. So, but if you don't, if you also do us a favor, go check out our website, confreaksandgeeks.com, where you can see awesome interviews, reviews by the lovely Callista here that is assisting us on this podcast episode. Definitely check it out, and you'll be able to see some more cool opinions there. So once again, this is David signing off. Y'all, take it easy.
Also us.